This is the Godox S3 Speedlight bracket for Bowens, and one of the first things I noticed is how compact it is, which is great. It also has an improved design for an umbrella, so much easier on that main part of the body to just thread in and tighten down an umbrella light modifier. It also has a sort of squared off design and doesn't have a flange anymore, so you can actually put this all the way down to a 90 degree, which you could not do on an S2. It has very similar adapters so that you can use different speed lights. One adapter slides in and the other one just sort of pops down if you need it for a flat sided speed light. Another thing to note is it has a nice spring-loaded release, which is much easier to use than it was on the S2, but it'd be difficult to compare without looking at them side by side. So here's an S2 mount next to the S3. You can see it's much smaller around, and it has a sort of different locking mechanism. And here's the old style, which had this sort of pin and a metal rod inside, whereas this has this nice sort of squared off design. And it's much easier to manipulate this switch than the old style. Much more compact, even though it can still adapt to the same types of speed lights with the adapters. So whether you use a V1 or an 8100 or 8200, you have all the necessary things to mount those into these brackets, so you can use your different light modifiers. I think the S3 is a really great improvement over the S2. There was nothing wrong with the S2, but just everything about the S3 feels a little bit more compact. It feels lighter in the hand, a little bit easier to use, and much easier to stuff into your camera bag. I think it's a great value and definitely worth the money.